Let's get into our breakouts 1.0, and we will start with Chris's first breakout. Actually, on both of your breakouts list, but I guess Chris will get the first shot here. What do you know? Another Minnesota Twin, Royce Lewis.
Yeah, they're Minnesota nice. Yeah, I think the thing with Royce Lewis is like, if you look at the underlying stats, you can poke a hole and say, oh, he's not as good as he's looked. But like the degree of difficulty for what Royce Lewis has done, not just in his major league career, but just as a professional. I mean, things were pretty good when he was the number one pick. Pretty much everything's gone wrong for Royce Lewis since. He had the COVID season that he missed. He's torn his ACL twice. He's played 420 games as a professional, despite being drafted in 2017. That's a long time ago. And yet all he's done in the high minors, all he's done since getting to the majors is just crush the ball. It's one where, you know, I'll get told to like pull my head out of my spreadsheets and watch the game. And this is very much just watch the game. Just watch Royce Lewis and look at his poise, his control. Like it just, what he's done in limited sample sizes, given the degree of difficulty and the circumstances that he's faced, it's hard to bet against. Is he going to hit 310 forever? Probably not. Is he going to have a 913 OPS forever? Probably not. But he's clearly an incredibly talented hitter who's got a little bit of speed, who's going to hit the ball hard. I think Royce Lewis is just an absolute star.
My lazy analysis for Lewis is that he's played 70 career games and has hit 17 home runs with 6 steals. If you double that, 34 homers, 12 steals with a batting average over 300.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy absolutely has it, Chris. I know what you're talking about. 4 grand slams last year. Also hit 4 postseason home runs in only 6 games. So
he was 2 grand slams away from the major league record for a season. And he played, 50 games?
58 games.
So since we're tossing around Royce Lewis stats, let me share my 2 favorite. He counting the playoffs, he homered 15 times in his final 32 games last season, which is amazing. Not necessarily predictive, but amazing. Still, I mean, the enthusiasm isn't just about that one hot streak. Mm-hmm. He's had 5 different stops since returning from the first torn ACL. 1 AA, 2 AAA, 2 majors. His lowest batting average at any of those 5 stops was 300. His lowest OPS at any of those 5 stops was 867. So like he hasn't had a bad performance yet since tearing that ACL for the first time.
And to be clear, I said like you can look at the underlying numbers and poke, like the underlying numbers are still very good. You know, he had a 265 XBA. That's not great, but X ISO was over 200. The power's real. Exit velocity, like I don't want to undersell the skill set as well. I think it's very, very good. In addition to, I don't know how much all of that matters because he's been playing so sporadically that the fact that he's been able to not just keep his head over above water, but star is incredible.
Having said all that, there's no way I can justify taking Royce Lewis over Manny Machado. So I'm probably not actually going to draft much Royce Lewis, even though I have him as a breakout candidate.
I have Machado ahead. Yeah.
I was going to rain on everyone's parade and just let you know that I have Royce Lewis in my bust column because I hate young players. Apparently I have lots of names on there that are young, but I don't want to spend a top 60 pick on a player who has played 70 career games and has not been able to stay on the field. So nothing about the talent. Royce Lewis is amazing when he plays. I just don't know how much he's going to play. And I don't want to invest a top 60.
And now let's pivot to a pitcher who hasn't been able to stay healthy that we all love and have in our breakouts column, right?